loud. Let's turn that down. Mic is low. Can you hear us now? That should be better. Can you squeeze in a bit? Come to me.
There we go.
Turn off the music. I'll turn down the music, but the music adds ambiance. Maybe that's better.
Let's see.
Hopefully that'll work. Hopefully Django can be heard as well.
I'm sure.
So we've been fiddling around with the mic, so the mic should be better. But welcome back, everybody. It's been a minute. Let's turn it up to the mic.
Yeah, we've missed you, huh?
Yeah, so let's just get into that, shall we? So we've not streamed for a while, mainly because I got really ill. Like, just got really ill for about, and this is honestly, I was in hospital for 10 days. Don't worry, it was just a really bad chest infection, and apparently they take ages to heal. So that's why I was off, and that's why when I was better, when I was at home, I was still working from home, but still not quite up to streaming and doing this every week. But now I'm back to full fitness, and and we're good to go. So and with me is Django.
And that was a big risk of like getting reinfected, wasn't it? So you were kind of like hiding away
Pretty much
from all the germs in the office. So.
Yeah. If I'd have got the COVID, that could have been terrible news.
Yeah.
So and there was, funny enough, Grace, the lead community manager, got COVID from in the time that I was off ill. So it was a very high risk thing. So it's a good thing that I did. So anyway, that's all done now. That's all done. That's all behind us, and we're back. So let's just, before we get into what we're actually going to be doing, which is this. Oh, I got it right first time. Yes. We're going to talk about the stuff that's happened in the in the time that we've been off.
Yes.
So that's going to be, there's been updates, there's been console updates, and then we're going to look at some of the stuff, which is why Django's here, some of the stuff that we've kind of been working on. We'll talk about it a little bit, but it's time to sort of reveal a bit more about the map.
Yeah.
So that's why Django's here, because that's exactly what you've been working on.
Have we been communicating when we're releasing the map?
We have not, but we can announce that today. Can Django be heard, by the way? Do you need to get close to the mic? Is that
Maybe I need to shout.
I'm just looking at your levels.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you are a lot louder than me.
Yeah,
I can tell.
I
will project.
Yeah, good. Cool. So let's get into what's happened. So we've had a couple of updates on Steam. So that has had. Oh god, it was so long ago. I genuinely can't remember. Come on.
Yeah.
So the last update, we've had two updates. The last one I know for a fact had a skin in it. It was a new GSO skin. There was a few quality of life updates. The main one being the damage and damageable types have been added to each block description. So now you can tell at a glance what damage your weapon does, but also what damageable type your other blocks are. So every block has a type that is damageable. So there's 4 or 5 damageable types. So basically
5 or 6. Yeah.
5 or 6. It's standard, so like that just takes standard damage. There's volatile. I don't actually. Do you know what? I don't think we've even explained what those definitions are.
What they are? Yeah. There's something that's been in the game for forever, but we haven't really exposed that to the community so much in the past. So let's see. We've got, you've got the standard block, which is kind of this is the base of all the damage types. It takes 100% damage from everything, and the flip side of that is any kind of projectile can also have normal damage type, and that also deals 100% damage to everything. And then we have things like armor, which is a little bit stronger, I guess, so it reduces the damage from certain types of projectiles. What else do we have? We have volatile. This kind of explosive things like batteries, fuel tanks, exactly. We have wood as a damage type. This is mostly for the scenery.
Yeah.
Exactly. So things like flamethrowers, they deal a lot more damage to them. What are the other ones? We have a shield damage type. So this comes in with the shields, obviously. Electric type damage deals more damage to shields, which drains the shields faster, in turn meaning that they need more power to sustain themselves. I feel like I'm missing one, and I can't think of which one.
Sorry, carry on.
Fake news.
It's fine. Yeah, sorry, I need to close that joke of an open. That's those are the sort of quality. There was also an extra quality of life update that we added in that update, which was the middle mouse quick select functional or feature. Was it fire damage? Was that the one that you're missing?
Fire damage is the one that deals damage, yes. There's a small subtlety in things receive damage and mitigate a certain way versus how they deal damage. So we don't have an electric type damage receiver, but we do have laser and plasma damage types that deal damage. There's a lot of confusion when we speak internally about it as well. Like damageable, damaging.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Point is, we've added. So that was one of the requests that we had through Discord. We've seen it a lot in the past, but just more detail on what blocks do.
Yeah.
Added to the block descriptions and stuff. It kind of feeds into the whole Blockpedia suggestion. Like that's a big thing that people have requested, and we do have Blockpedia, but unfortunately, there's only certain amount of things you can export from the game. And unfortunately, in a moment, actually no, Taki was going to look into it to see if we could get the get those new features, the damage and damageable types added to the Blockpedia. Shouldn't be a big thing. Anyway, so that's those things. And then obviously there, like I said, the middle mouse quick select feature that was really well received. And the funny thing with that is we spend all this time working on really cool features like in-game, damage and damageable types and this and that, and a new skin. But really, I think that the middle mouse quick select was just like, it was such an easy win. It was, people loved it. So kudos to...
Yeah, it actually came from the community. It was, sometimes when you're working, you're so close to it, you don't really see the simple things that are missing.
Yeah.
And in earnest, we haven't looked into sort of adding that many building features because we've always looked at it and gone, ooh, the building system is a big system and we can't just make changes to it. And one of the community suggestions that came by, we do actually look at them, was something along the lines of, ooh, a block picker that quickly allows you to paint with that type of block. And yeah, we looked at it internally and thought, well, yeah, of course, that makes total sense. How much work would that be? Actually, not that much. Let's just do it. And yeah, I agree. I use it all the time now, and I don't know how we haven't had that yet. So
it taught us a lesson that sometimes we can be sort of so hyper-focused on the bigger picture stuff, but actually, like new skins and maps and all this really, the really cool stuff, the exciting stuff. But actually, sometimes the most exciting, the most useful stuff can just be the easy wins. Those I call them low-hanging fruit. That are just like you just pick those off. And so I think one thing that I think we'll definitely feed back on is what more of those can we do not maybe per update, but more frequently than we have been.
And on the Mac mic, it doesn't have a middle button. This is one of the feedback things we picked up from it. Exactly, keybind support for these kinds of features. This is the flip side to taking a feature and quickly getting it in without really considering all the aspects. You miss a couple of these things. So one thing that we are still adding is support for this on consoles, and rightfully noted by the community, keybind support for either you don't have a middle mouse button or you just want to bind it to something else. So that's something we are going to be looking at, absolutely.
Exactamundo. Cool. So those are the main. Well, all right. Let me just double check. This is going to win because there was another update that we put out as well.
Was it the bumpers?
Yes, it was. I'm just going to bring up my own patch notes. I genuinely can't remember off the top of my head. So there was some new blocks. Oh yeah, it was the okay, right. There was a load of bug fixes that went in, and then there was the GSO bumper armor, and then a few more reticle research. Well, that was the precision of the race. So that was a big change. Well, a minor big change was when we released the Wasteland biome. The Better Future disc laser was the only weapon or block that could damage the scrap piles. We quickly learned that was quite awkward and not fun to use. So we implemented a new weapon, the reticle research electric precision ray.
That's it.
that does that much better than that.
Rock
So
puncher.
exactly, the rock puncher block is what we've called it. No,
It went by that affectionate
Yeah.
name for a little bit internally. I think
love that.
the first animation we had looked like extending arms into the rock,
yeah.
which was really adorable, but it wasn't quite what we're going for. So we have some lovely new art that's much better.
Yes, and it looks amazing. So that was in the previous update from we have 1.4.21 and then 1.4.22. Those are the two major updates that went out on PC. We also have had since a console update as well. So Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch have all had an update. Finger drill. So that's all happened in the last sort of, it must be 12 weeks, probably more.
It's been a long time.
It's been a minute. Yeah, that is on. Anyway, sorry, I digress. Cool, yeah, so that kind of brings us up to speed. So that's where we're up to now. I genuinely can't think of anything else because I've not been here, the whole world has ground to a halt, so nothing else has happened.
Exactly.
Because I'm that important.
Is that why the last release was so small, man?
Yeah, it was because I wasn't there hyping you guys up and cracking the whip. So let's move on to things that we are working on. Django, you go.
Ooh, I go. Okay, so...
No, you're Django.
Yeah, I am Django. So what we've
Django,
been working on... so, can I spoil the date?
No, you can't spoil it. You can announce it.
I can announce it. Okay, I will announce it. So the main feature we're working on for the coming release, the coming milestone, is releasing the minimap. Way! So exactly. So it's been a long time coming, long time, and we've done a bunch of sort of experimenting around it. I think, well, not too long before you ended up off sick. We displayed a sort of teaser on the stream. That was the first prototype, and we've been iterating on it since, both on the design and on the technical side, and we're getting really close to releasing it. So I don't think you have it available to tease here, right, Matt?
No.
Because it's a little bit in an interim state where the first prototype, it did a lot of things that looked cute. Yeah, essentially. we took a lot of things away, and we've been adding them back in a better way. So for some of the more technical people that have been following TerraTech development, one thing that we always fight against is the limited area that's loaded around the player. And the first prototype of the minimap relied on the tiles that were there, that were present in the world. And it means that you can only explore a very small area around the player. Not so great for when you want to do a big minimap and showcase lots of terrain that you can't already see when you're just driving around. So a lot of what we've been doing is actually making it possible to get all of that map data without you being there. But that's meant, starting from scratch and rebuilding that from the ground up. And then we've been doing lots and lots of work on getting all the icons in the field and all the information, and it's been a lot of work, but it's really coming together and it's really cool. So yeah, we're getting really excited about teasing it and showing it to you in the very near future.
So that should be soon. So just to add to that as well, we did originally share, it may have been on Discord, we've shared, I don't even have it on me, it was that long ago, an image, like a very early prototype of the minimap, like Django said, and since then basically, I could show you the current version and how it looks now, but if anything it would be, let's not say worse, that's not right, it would be less functional than what you saw previously, purely because, like Django was saying, we sort of stripped a lot back. Because it was such an early prototype, it was just like, this is what it could do. That's kind of what a prototype is, right? You sort of show potential of this thing, and then designers get involved, and artists get involved, and things get stripped back. That's generally how these things work. So if I were to show something today, it would look probably, like I say, less effective than what we've shown before. So unfortunately, I haven't got anything to show now. But
one thing is, we've got the concept for the artwork, but we haven't actually gotten around to doing that yet. So just looks like really bad pixel art that I made to look intentionally bad so that the artists know that it needs work. But we haven't done that yet, so it doesn't look so great.
A quick tip for anyone that's looking to get a job or like work with people: if you just do a job badly enough, someone else will be there that can do it better. So then they'll have to do it better. So that's basically the approach that Django's taken. How his mini-map's been.
This is the lesson when you're working with disciplines. It's you know, if you make an 80% good-looking map visual, it's possible you accidentally ship that without then making it 100% nice. So the idea is you make it 100% repulsive, so that someone will definitely look at it.
I started off this little bit as a joke. I feel like now this is actually what you do. This is
sometimes what you do.
This is the best practice, like an established thing that happens in game dev.
But we have a specific color for it. Yeah. Use magenta. 55255. It screams, please change me to something pretty.
Yeah. Right. Cool. So that's where we're up to with the mini map. And hopefully, we'll have something to show off. So basically, the point to finish that point, actually, there's literally just one final art pass, or our art team have got to work on it one last time, implementing the blocks, and there's going to be some design tweaks as well. So Taku, our designer, is going to be looking at tweaking some of the sort of design aspects of the mini map. But apart from that, it's pretty much ready to go. So hopefully, in a couple of weeks, we have something to show.
Yeah, we're aiming for the unstable with the first sort of opportunity for you guys to get your hands on it, and it should be getting released the stable mid-December, early mid-December. Yeah,
that's the plan. So it's the last stable now on Monday. So it's basically 6 weeks from now is when it will be released officially. But then you can play a sort of in a work in progress version of it. In about 4 weeks, I think. 3 or 4 weeks.
3 or 4 weeks.
I think that's how long it should take. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and then we can get excited about that. Right, let's move on to. Oh, there's one quick question. Tell me if this already exists, but could you make an AI that could fly a plane properly? Ooh. This has. So talking of prototypes, one of our developers who no longer works with us, a guy called Sam, did prototype, and we showed it off on stream literally years ago. Django has literally left the company and then come back to the company since that happened. That's how long ago it was. So we prototyped something, but it never really got any traction. I think there was a lot of stuff that was just a bit too messy.
I think the key word there is properly. Can you make an AI that flies a plane? Yeah. Can you make it properly fly it and respond to player position, taking an attack vector? That's a lot harder.
I think generally AI is something that we would love to look at, because right now AI only does one thing, and that is try and get in behind you. Any AI tries to get in behind you and sort of kill you from behind. There's not much variety to that. Do you know what? I mean, honestly, from a gameplay design thing, it's not that fun. Really, if we're being brutally honest, what you'd like is a bit more variety. An enemy tries to shoot you from far away, kind of like a sniper, or you can have a bruiser that comes and just tries to get in melee range and just bash you with their melee weapon. Stuff like that would be really cool, and that is something that we would like to do. And I think we've sort of put it somewhere on our to-do list, where that lies, probably somewhere near the middle. Yeah. But something like just generally improved AI, I think would be a lot of fun. Anyway, right, we could talk about that all day. Yeah. So what everyone has come here for is the Fortress Challenge. This is filling me with anxiety because I don't think this is going to work. I've been playing around with it all morning, and I can't seem to get it to work. That's why I've also brought Django in. Really, this is the main reason I brought Django in, was to try and help me fix this. So what I'm going to do is, hey, look at this, by the way, Django.
That's neat.
I know, right?
Love it.
So part. I have one. You could probably have this one. No one will notice. Now I'll just say it got nicked. We'll get a new one. Sorry, I'm waxing lyrical now. We have a Stream Deck thing that makes me that allows me to switch between technical driving. Technical driving. You don't need to know about this.
Magic.
Yeah. Whoa. Right. So let's just load this. Right. Okay. So I'm going to load this one in. Yeah. So this is the Fortress Challenge. So let's talk a little bit about the Fortress Challenge while this all gets set up. So, actually, can I hand the reins over to you and you try your hardest to... I think that's the we're going to get. Sorry, I'll speak over it. Oh, hang on, we've paused.
No,
We've paused.
why?
What happened here? Can you hear us, everybody? Is it frozen?
What's happened? Music, mic.
Agree. Your camera had been frozen, but we can hear you.
I can see the volume bars go. Why is the camera?
No, don't believe that. Okay, let's just try this.
Ooh, restarting the webcam.
So we're just restarting the webcam, everybody. Sorry about this.
Number one IT support tip.
Yeah.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
And that's good. We switch the close up again.
No.
It's not essential that we're on camera. It would just be nice if we were.
Yeah, I was wondering. The game is frozen.
Let's go back to this.
No, it's updating. Game is. We're not moving in game because Matt's driving.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Config, but
yeah.
That's working.
Let's just remove the camera and we'll try again. We have it.
Live text export.
Here we go, everybody. Where is it? I can't see it.
Audio capture.
Video capture.
Where is it?
Let's just create a new video capture device.
Ooh.
Yeah, it doesn't want to work.
Could it be that the USB has become unseated?
Plug in that.
It's still got light.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, we're not moving it today, sorry.
Apologies.
I'll tell you what, let's just get rid of that. We don't need that. Let's remove that and let's re-add.
If you try Windows Camera, did it come up there?
Probably does actually.
No, camera's linked. We have a camera problem. Normally we just recognize it.
Right, camera's broken, everyone. Camera's broken.
I could, well, I don't know which one it is. I could try unplugging it and plugging it back in.
Yeah, do that. There's
What
nothing
other
to do.
USB do you have in?
Okay, keyboard and mouse, and
There's the
Stream Deck, and the mic.
that. I don't know which one it is. 1 of 5.
1 of 5. Just do them all. Just
All
go.
of them?
Yeah, just go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Two. Okay, that's 4. Last one.
Okay, it's that one.
Interesting. I unplugged it, it went off, and plugged it back in, and it's not come back on.
I love hardware.
Oh, now I can't find the USB port. Where did it go? There it is. Huh. We have lost camera.
Is there no? Is it working a different port? Or?
Well, seeing as we're not on camera anyway,
Yeah,
I can just play parkour and dive on the decks.
So let me just, while Django's trying to fix that, I'm going to talk to everybody about the Fortress Challenge. So you may remember some weeks ago we I challenged the TerraTech community to build the best fortress that they could, and I was going to pit that fortress against a wave of enemy techs, which you can probably see in front of you now, and then just basically to see how they get on. There wasn't any prizes, there wasn't any sort of winner per se. It was just who could take on a wave. Now I'm guessing a lot of people probably could. Sorry, Django's still working. You can probably build something quite capable, and I'm quite interested to see what people have built. Because I think there's some that go underground with bunkers and stuff that look really cool. But yeah, so that's basically the premise. Just who can build the best fort, and I have loads of them sort of queued up. I just need to get this camera working.
I don't think we have camera.
Well, I think we're out of camera. So if we can't get the camera working, I don't think we can stream. There's no point in streaming. 1 second,
Well,
everybody.
you can still.
Don't worry, everybody. Django's going to get a different camera. So while he does that, I'm just going to show you how this is going to work. So let's find some. Let's find a. I'm just going to find the fortresses. Here's a good one. Thunderflame. I'm in hot. Before I do that, then you go. And you know it. Let's go. When it brightens up a bit, I'm just going to Django's back, everybody. Hopefully with a camera that works. Right. Lovely. So I can now load in. So basically the premise was I'm controlling this for twoing. I'm going to load it. Is it not working out?
Yeah, open up camera.
We're real-time troubleshooting this, everybody.
That's yeah.
Right, so we have a new camera that works. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Just deleting some stuff. Having some minor. Oh no! Oh no! Here we go. Right, let's try again. Image. No.
Enjoy. This Windows cam still on. Once exclusive.
There we go.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, hang on, this is where it gets really messy. Okay, so I now need to configure this. We're back, everybody.
You don't have the old config.
Video capture device.
no. What?
I think we're breaking cameras.
Oh no.
Oh.
Hey!
Hey, there you go. We're back.
We're really back.
Oh, right. There we go.
Hey,
That was.
okay.
This fills me with dread. Right, we're here though. Look, we're here.
We
So,
made it.
the premise for the fortress challenge was to load a fortress, drive this little guy onto said fortress. Look at this fortress. It's so fortressy.
That's a lot of tech around here as well.
And then, basically, Fatoui's going to hide in the fortress. I'm going to switch to the fortress. I'm actually going to go to options and power instantly. So everything opens up. Power up seems a bit disingenuous because that's not quite what happens. Everything opens up instantly, which is better. Is the music still playing, everybody? Can you still hear that? What's it should be?
Oh, there we go. Maybe it was between tracks.
Yeah. Cool. Right. So we haven't got time to fully charge everything, unfortunately. But this is from Thunderflame. Have you got a shoot off soon?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So Django's got to run in a minute. But what I was going to do was just show how this should work. So hang on. I actually need to turn the volume up for a second. Right. Let me just pause the music as well because that's really distracting. Here we go. Right.
Cheat mode.
I didn't hear anything.
There we go.
Right. So now, if I okay.
Oh, clearly.
Right.
There we go.
So enemies are currently disabled, which allows us to. Okay, something's shooting for
The
someone.
player isn't. They're in range.
Well, I'm not
That's
hitting
not
anything.
the
Oh, it's the
problem.
Tesla coils. Oh,
Yeah.
God. Right, well, let's do this quickly then. Right, so now we go. In theory, everybody should start attacking the fort.
Hooray!
There you go.
You're gonna want space, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So now everyone's going to try and attack the fortress. I'm going to focus on this guy.
these guys are a bit unwieldy, aren't they?
Yeah, the enemies aren't reliable when it comes to. But we're doing a good job. Yeah. So we have the fortress. And we have a bunch of enemies. They're not really attacking each other, which is good. Oh, I love the gate came down. Oh, there's another one. Ooh. That's a neat.
I see. So you've got the loot blocks that are resource blocks that go scrap.
They're providing extra power.
Like it.
Yeah, this is really cool. This is like Thunderflames has made what I would like, which is what I feel is the quintessential fortress. This is exactly what I had in mind. It does some cool stuff. It protects the Tui. I need to stop calling it the Tui. That's definitely like an internal.
Tony.
Tony the tech. It's withstood a beating from the waves of this path. If I say, Thunderflames have passed. Look, we're back to full health, full battery.
And I can't help but wonder, Thunderflame, if you tactically place your scrappers and silos to further protect the tech inside.
Oh,
I don't know if you know, but obviously resources also block projectiles.
how do they?
They do.
Like instantly, like they don't get any damage.
They do take damage.
Oh.
I think. But they definitely block them, so you get a little extra fake shield, if you will. Clever.
That that was really fun. Thunderflame, you smashed it. Look at that. It's killed it's fended off all those enemies. I feel like this could be here a while. Thunderflame is a winner, Shamoni. You are absolutely correct. Have a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Django, give them a thumbs up.
Wait.
Yeah, well done.
I'm almost wondering if we could do something cheeky, like let you see how many blocks got destroyed or how much damage you've taken.
Could we do that?
We could probably do that.
For next week we're not streaming next week because of train strikes. And the week after we've got
cute, though,
yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Let's see if we can get that in.
That's on you, man. If you could, that'd be amazing.
First, but you know, maybe.
What, just to display it as an output number up here? Just say
for instance.
Total damage taken. Oh. It's good having a code wrong because we can do that. We can do anything. Awesome. Right. Thunderflame, you're amazing. Right, next up is Sebi. So let's load in Sebi's tech. Are you going to shoot off?
And Jet.
Good stuff. Everybody say thank you very much to Django. He is a lifesaver. He was my technical troubleshooter and IT guy. So yeah.
No problem. And lovely to be here. See you guys.
Bye, Django. Right, I'm going to make myself a bit bigger now. Cool. Right, now it's just me, everybody. Let's mess around with this microphone. That should do it. Cool. Right. Oh, here we go. Let's just do this. Cool. Thunderflame, haven't stress tested it, so once the generators run out, I imagine it will have a significantly harder time surviving. Also, I definitely didn't think about the chunks blocking damage, but scrapping enemies for power isn't a bad idea. Well, yeah, it had the Django seal of approval, so it's just an extra layer of defense for your Fatui. This is so cool. Let's just take a closer look at it, because I don't think I've done it much justice. So, firstly, kudos for having a front door. That was a really nice touch. I like that the cab is on the front and on the top as well there. That's nice. All the weapons. Obviously, you've got your Tesla coils that were able to damage them from inside the fort. That was kind of neat. You have all these shield generators. You've got all your weapons. Not a huge amount of artillery on the side. Just enough. It's modest. I like it. But yeah, what about if it was to be able to pick up... What if you had an SCU that picked up all the loose blocks? Wait. Can you turn into energy? I'm not sure. And then this is what Django mentioned. So these resource blocks block damage as well. So these act as effectively act as shields, which adds extra protection for Fatui, who's just hanging out in here. Look, here he is. You know, just reading something. He's having a chat with the cab. That's just really cool. I really like it. Lovely. Thanks, Thunderflame. You're the best. Right, have I loaded in Sebi's? Let's do this. Hopefully this works. Oh, I already have it loaded in. So let's reload. Oh, no, let's reload this one. Then we'll have a crack at Sebi's. Yeah, nicely done. Yeah, so also made sure to have a bubble for the panic room, as I like to have, in case any stray shots make it in there. Yeah, that was the attention to detail was really good. I really liked that one. So far, so good. Right, next up is Sebi's. Now, this is what I was saying about this. This fills me with anxiety because I'm not sure what this is going to do. So let's load it in. It's already blocked, so let's move out of the way. Okay, let's place it here. Let's place it here. Okay, so this is what I was worried about. There's some jiggery pokery. Behold, a fort of magic. With Tony-sized holes on the ramps, you can keep them safe while with these. Sebi, if you're in chat, how do I get this to go underground? Does anybody know how I get this to submerge? There isn't any instructions in here. Behold, a fort of magic. With Tony-sized holes on the ramps, you can keep them safe with ease. It may not look it, but this fort is lethal. Build beam it? Will that work? No, build beam did not work. Hey, Aardvark 123, how's it going? Welcome back to the stream. Hang on, should I say build beam then anchor? Build beam. Oh, build beam then anchor. Who got that one? Shidoni got that one. Oh no, Sharmoni got it. And then Shido mentioned it. Okay, cool. Yeah, so apparently this is a thing. Underground techs are a thing. I don't know how underground it goes, but let's take a look. Let's get in Fatui. So there's some Fatui-sized holes, which is correct. So Fatui can make it. Oh, this is nice. This is so fun. We're in. So do I hit? It's quite simple, really. Anyways, for usage, the snap above can be deployed in both single player and multiplayer. Make sure it's fully powered and has all the panels deployed. The image below gives you a bit of insight as to what it is. Press the anchor button again and it'll sit itself back where it's comfortable, kind of like a bobbit worm. Also, yeah, it's totally okay. So basically, this tech goes underground, so there's a lot of stuff going on. So let's just build beam. Okay, yeah, so you can see it all under here. There's nothing for me to actually go down and see, so I don't need to do any. It's just okay. It's just solar panels and factories. There's enough factories to power New York. So this should be enough. I'm going to hit X anyway. Okay, cool. Right, there's nothing to. Fine. Right, Sebi. Let's see how well yours can do. So firstly, I need to turn my volume up. I'm going to go. Lovely. And then I'm going to go. Beautiful. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't know if we've got enough time to fully charge the whole thing. Because we could be here a while. Oh, hang on, they're still opening. Ooh. Let's at least do this. Oh no. I hope that wasn't active the last one. Doesn't matter. Let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, here we go. There is a slight chance, Thunderflame, that your tech was invulnerable. I may have had that checked. Sorry. Okay, we'll leave this a charge for a few minutes, and then we will activate cheat mode, where all the enemies are going to come piling into us. So let's just have a look. Let's just do it. I'm just going to do it now. What is it? Nope. Nope. Beautiful. Whoa! That was loud. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Oh. Right, let's just rain death from below then, shall we? What? Okay, right, fine. So the lasers are what's killing them. There's lasers below. I didn't notice them when I looked underneath. Right, it's quite big enough to attract these guys. Let's just shoot them anyway. Hopefully they come over. Yeah, you're coming over. Can you come over as well? There you go. Beautiful, right. Stop fighting each other, please. Come and fight me. Right, so here we go. So in theory they should all be fighting us and not each other, please. Are lasers the only way to fight on this thing? Doesn't matter. Let's just untarget stuff. So the lasers can just start doing their thing. You know, I probably could just switch to Fatui. Could I do that? Would it still keep on firing? There's no way I blocked on there, that's why. Oops. Come back and let me kill you quicker. So this is basically, in essence, the essence of this fortress tech is it's built below ground somehow using witchcraft, I can only assume, and the bits that are built underground have got all these lasers on them, and they're shooting the bad guys from underneath. Right, that's kind of how it works. There's enough solar panels and batteries on this thing to keep it sustained for a while. So what I can do is just sit here and pick these enemies off one by one. There you go, like this. It's kind of cool actually when you look at it. I like to think that they're not coming from below. I like to think that these are coming from like laser-guided satellite sort of lasers. And they're what's doing all the damage. But yeah, this is really neat. This is a really interesting, kind of unique approach to it, really. Come on, fight me. Don't fight each other. Pretty brilliant. It is a pretty brilliant design, Shannon. You have spot on. Yeah, Stebby has absolutely smashed it. Although it's not easy to control, but I don't think that really matters because how's my Fatui? Fatui is fine. They are knocking at the door though. Maybe I need to maybe I need to do some focus of fire on these guys. Yeah, this door might not last very long. If they breach the outer perimeter, yeah, it could be lights out for Fatui. Bit by bit. Bit by bit. We'll get there. Warning, your on-anchor blocks are under attack. That's fine. You know, I'm going to try and get this bit down. There you go. Right, you're gone. You're going to go as well? You might be. There you go. Got this guy. It's getting dark. This is how long this is taking. Alright, can we try and poke on these, try and fight these guys? Come on! There you go. Or I can just kill you from afar. Alright, hang on everybody, it's getting too dark. Let me do something really quickly. One more time. I think it's safe to say this tech is very good. I think that's safe to say. This fortress. I'd love to be able to see underneath the Rush B rain on YouTube. Yeah, this is awesome. Top work, Seb. We have 2 thumbs up. Gosh. Right, oops, excuse me, just hit the mic. Oh no! Oh, there they are. So they're the lasers. They're which one is this called? The Cyclops Plasma. Let me try and get you back on the ground. Okay, you're not going to work. This is what it looks like in above ground. Very cool. Very, very cool. Right, Stevie, you've smashed it. Well done. Next, we have... So there was another criteria to this. So first had to be that it had to house a Fatui comfortably, which both of these techs have done very well. The second criteria that it had to be below a certain... The total tech had to be below a certain cost, which I believe we added as 3 million? I can't actually remember what it was, but that was another criteria. So let's load in Darkstar. So Darkstar is the winner of 2 of our other community challenges. They make very, very efficient, very good techs. So let's load in the Fort Challenge game save again. I'll load in Darkstar's lovely tech, and we'll see where we get. What time is it? We might only have time for 1 more, unfortunately. But don't worry, this was always going to be an ongoing thing. We weren't going to be able to get through all of the techs in one day, all the Fortress techs. So we will have to revisit the Fortress Challenge at a later date. So let's load this in. The Darkstar, so you can see, yeah, this is just below 3 million. Blockbox, is it a fortress? Why is it floating? Let me just read if there's any instructions. Not much room inside this fort, but it is mobile. You might need to maneuver the ship slightly if the ramp does not deploy after flying around. Hopefully it can last to an end. It can last to the end. Fatui Flying Fortress. Okay, cool. So it's a flying fortress. If I come into this, if I anchor. Oh, look at this. Right. So what I'm now going to do is switch to Fatui. So what Darkstar has done is very interesting. I never specified that the fortress had to remain on the ground. So what Darkstar has done is made a flying fortress. But don't worry, it's still going to stay in the same place. But instead of let's do options. Yeah, it's very likely that Thunderflame was invincible. Anyway, right. So now we're going to be fully charged. Let's just leave this to charge for a little bit while I do some shenanigans. I'm going to turn the volume up on this quite quickly. Here it is. Beautiful. Right, let's okay, so there's some Tesla coils in this, that's fine. This other guy is just going to be the dummy for a minute while we set everyone else. Oh no, don't beat too many people up. Right. Here we go. And we're off. So let's just focus on the ones on the outside so we can attach, we can track them. Is it working? It is. Everyone's coming in to get a piece of this fortress. I'm getting. Okay, so I'm actually not even going to unanchor. I think this works perfectly well as an anchored fortress, but I'll show it off when it is when it's finished its job of destroying all these enemies. I will unanchor it and I will show it off when it's hovering because it is pretty impressive. As my Fatui. Fatui is fine. They're all just sorry, not Fatui. Tony. I need to start calling him Tony. I'm actually going to leave it. I could have unanchored, couldn't I? But the Teslas would work. No, the Teslas need to be anchored. Okay. So there we go. Right. So not that there was much doubt, because I think 3 million block bucks is enough for you to put infinite amounts of Tesla coils and missiles and lots of artillery and armor. More than enough that would ever bother a measly enemy wave such as the one that I've spawned, but it was never really in doubt, was it? Let's be honest. Yeah, Darkstar. This is fun. This is really, really cool. What I've liked so far of all these 3 different designs, they're all unique. The first one was like your stock, your standard fortress, which was great. The next one was kind of a bit weird, game breaking, and there we have it. Darkstar has sort of done it. You have Darkstars, which is a hover tech technically. So let's unanchor it and see how this thing kind of acts as its own. So if I'm bored here. I've conquered this land. I have slain any foe that has approached. I will move on to the next frontier. Yeah, that's a good word. So there we have it. This Fatui is still in there as well. Sorry, not Fatui, Tony. Why have I left him? Oh yeah, it's still in. I can't see Tony. I can see the icon still in there. Man, Darkstar, this is awesome. Have 2 thumbs up. Yeah, it's a really cool looking fort. Probably one of the better looking forts. They've put a lot of effort into the design and how it looks, with the curved sort of blocks. But again, it's like this is really cool. Flying over the graveyard of enemy corpses, very nice. Yeah, take that, enemy corpses. Would it be cool if you had like an upgrade system to improve existing blocks, like in a research factory? Occasionally, that would be cool. You can use resources to upgrade blocks. Write that down. Someone write that down. Someone, Noir 4K, head over to our Discord and put that in our suggestions channel. That's a really good idea. I will share a link in Twitch chat for you to head over to Twitch chat. Here it is. Right, let's just create an invite. It's going to last however long, 7 days. Here's the link to our Discord server. Oh, it's been in suggestions for a while. I apologise. In that case, we will get around to it. Pardon me. Excuse me. Right. That's going to bring us to the end of today's stream. Oh, I've not re-added the thing. Bear with, everybody. Bear with. There we go. Beautiful. So there you have it. Thanks ever so much for coming back to watch the stream, everybody. It was really fun. I missed this so much. I miss doing the streams because it's my one good opportunity to talk to the community and get some good engagement and see how everyone's doing and getting on. Yeah. Thanks so much for stopping by. What we're going to be doing next week. So it's likely that we won't have a stream next week again. This isn't due to my wellness. This is just because train drivers are on strike. So I can't get into the office, which is annoying. But yeah, so I won't be able to stream, and I can't stream from home anymore because I haven't got a PC good enough at home, unfortunately. So we're going to have to miss next week's stream. But fret not, we will be back in 2 weeks' time with some more streaming content. We'll do hopefully carry on the Fortress Challenge, because there's loads of other. I just realised this text isn't. I've not alignment, so we need to center align it. There we go. Yes, so in 2 weeks' time there'll be another stream. There is some big news that we've got coming, so hopefully I can share that with you then, which would take up most of the stream. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing how bad my hair is. That's all right. I need a haircut. Cool. Yeah, everyone's talking about adding suggestions. Let me just link it anyway. I'm going to add a link to all the chats, so Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch chat. That's a link to our Discord suggestions server. If you have any ideas or suggestions or cool stuff that you want to see added to TerraTech or changed in TerraTech, head over to our Discord server. We have a whole suggestions channel. In order to make a suggestion, you need to have the suggestions role, which you can see in the role channel on Discord. So make sure you get all that, and you can join the suggestions channel and put your ideas in there. And the idea being that you can post your ideas, you can post your suggestions, and then everyone else in the server can upvote, can like it or dislike it with an upvote or a downvote. And then the ones that get the most upvotes come to the top, and we can see what. And it basically just gives us an idea about what the TerraTech community would like to see. So to give you an example of how this has been implemented, I think the middle mouse feature, the middle mouse quick select idea came out of we picked that out of the Steam Deck, the Discord suggestions channel. The map idea the mini map idea came out of that. There's been a few others, but basically the point that I'm making is we've implemented a lot of cool new stuff in TerraTech because of that suggestions channel. Now it's worth noting that a lot of the time those ideas probably have already been suggested at some point or another, but it's worth noting that we do pay attention to it, we do use it, and we use it to add new ideas and new features and new content to the game. So there you have it. First stream in ages, over and done with, and I don't feel like I'm about to pass out, which is a win. Lovely. Thank you to everyone again for stopping by. This was just three fortresses of the Fortress Challenge. There is quite literally more to come. I couldn't tell you how many more. There's a few more to come. We could probably get another couple of streams out of this one. A few more streams out of this challenge. This is actually a really good challenge. It's probably one of the best ones. It's nice. Lovely. After we finish the fort challenges, can we have a dev stream covering more of the suggestions in the suggestions channel? That's a good idea, Sebby. Yeah, we could do that. Sorry, E. You were talking. E on YouTube was making loads of suggestions. Okay, Matt. Cruise missiles are kind of annoying. So can you add automatic flares? Ooh, like an anti-missile tech. That's one out there that's been suggested before. I like the sound of it. Hi, and like up for you now. I'm from Italy, and me love TerraTech. Yes, we love you too, Devil Dark. Welcome to the stream. Something like anti. We have, I think, funny story. I think the fireworks block, the one that's in Reticle Research, that was originally in EXP. way back when EXP was its own sort of experimental corporation, it would. Oh, this is a really long, boring story, but I will explain because I like talking about this sort of stuff. Way back when before TerraTech was even in general release, when we were in sort of early access, we had the R&D DLC, which was a whole DLC that you could use to gain access to some sort of work in progress blocks, some not released sort of features and functions, and basically the rest of the R&D DLC gave you access to the EXP, the experimental corporation, which is the corporation that we use to have all these really wacky, kind of fun experimental blocks in. And over time, as we sort of hired more QAs and our processes became a lot more refined, we stopped doing that a lot more, which meant that R&D DLC was a bit redundant, and we weren't really using it as much as we should have been, or as much as we were. So instead, we revamped the R&D DLC, so it included a much better, much bigger, much more exciting R&D labs, and we also rebranded all the EXP blocks to Reticle Research. So Reticle Research was implemented as a new corporation, and they sort of took over all of the EXP blocks. So back when EXP was EXP, we tried toying around with an anti-aircraft or an anti-missile kind of block that could sort of try and shoot down missiles, try and shoot down missiles as they were in flight. Unfortunately, it was one of those blocks similar to the kind of the resource radar, if anyone was familiar with the resource radar, that was good in theory, but actually took a lot of work and kind of was put on the back burner a little bit, so we didn't actually get around to implementing its full functionality in the way that we wanted to, which is a long way of saying it nothing got happened to it, but it did work nicely as a fireworks block. So that's why now there is a fireworks block in Reticle Research, is because originally that was meant to be an anti-missile sort of defense system, but it just got absorbed into Reticle Research as the fireworks block. Anyway, fun story. Just thought I'd share that little anecdote. I'm going to leave it there, everybody. Thank you again so much for stopping by. I've had a great time. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Look after yourselves and everyone else. Bye.